You see, it's incremental. And I wonder, what happened to this young man? Obviously, he was sick of this life, and he wanted to get out of this life. You see, in life, because we need to find out what kind of life are we speaking about. Because if you look at Webster's, this is what it says. The quality that distinguishes a vital and functional being from a dead body. That's not what he's speaking about here. Or a principle or force that is considered to underlie the distinctive quality of animated beings. An organism state characterized by capacity for metabolism, growth, reaction to stimuli, and reproduction. The sequence of physical and mental experiences that make up the existence of an individual. That's what life is all about. Now, but you need to know that in the Greek, there's different kinds of life. There is the working life, there is the existing life, and there is another kind of life that Jesus speaks about. When we were told that our daughter was going to be born as a special child, my wife was 42 years old, and she became a pregnancy risk, and immediately they told us to terminate the child, and we said no. And they talked to us, specialists and bioethicists. They told us, how can we be so selfish and cruel? How can you allow this child to suffer? Because they did a blood test called AFP, alpha fetal protein, and they said we can see, the only way we can tell if the child is really, really damaged, the fetus, is by having that kind of fluid. And so my wife and I, we said no. We said no. We don't want anything. And they put it on their chart, I remember it, red letters, religious ideation. That's what they put in our chart. Religious ideation. Meaning, to anybody that read it, that we have weird religious perspective about abortion. It wasn't that, ladies and gentlemen. You see, my wife had an abortion before we became Christians. And I didn't want, I said, we killed one in ignorance. We're not going to kill one now. If God wants to give us a special child, it's because God knows that we're special parents. So that's what we said. Don't worry about it. And so she said that she's going to be born with spina bifida, and she's going to be mongoloid, and this and that. And I said, so what? And I would tell Millie, don't cry in front of them. Don't give them that pleasure. But we go in the parking lot, and we would cry away. Oh, Lord. She would just rub her belly. She goes, what do we do?